what is happening right now in Riders Republic? I mean, we just got a brand new season. We got a juicy tease of what's to come, and now Rider factions? I mean, could this be the key to Riders reaching its full potential? Welcome back to the Riders Report.
Before we get started today, we want to recognize our existing YouTube members. A special thank you goes out to executive producers Bonecrusher 2D, Coach 34, and my mom, co-producers Captain Snowbeard, and our fans and Fans Plus.
If you'd like to become a member for as low as 99 cents a month and help support our channel, you can hit join below to learn more about perks like early access to the Riders Report, emojis and badges, a members only video per month, sneak peeks, and more.
Speaking of, the only real news we have this week is that the Shogun Riders bundle is now available in the shop. So if you want to dress up like a neon samurai, you can just head to the store in-game.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Okay, so like we started the game with Shack Daddy Bandits, and I thought that idea was really cool to have this sect that just kind of sat off in the wings. They were doing some really cool stuff, but I mean, we've talked about this before. We tried to build out lore and a backstory to the game because there just isn't any. And that's fine. We had some fun with that, but they're adding more. Like we thought the Shack Daddy Bandits were enough, but now we have two other factions that are entering the game with no real backstory or reasoning why they're there. So this is very open-ended. We're taking our info from two tweets, which you can find the links to down below. And we're just going to try and dissect what this is, why this is here, and just what's going on. I'm so confused.
Yeah, the only thing, we have two groups. We have F.O.R, which is the future of riding, and then we have the other one, Shogun Riders.
Shogun, yeah.
Had to find it. And they are both skin packs that you can buy in the game store, and the weekly challenges when they were released were themed loosely around those with the names and kind of working to that. But that's all we really have for these two groups. It's just some more outfits that were added. Now, granted, both of them fit the cutting edge season where everything's a bit more neon, futuristic. So we have what looks like the Jabberwockies, the dance group with the masks.
Beat me to it.
Robotic voices. And then these neon samurais that just fit all of the colors. And we only have two things. So the future of riding group, so F.O.R Group, just wants to have their own way unique style.
Which just F.O.R Group, that's way too much. You're having an acronym plus a name. Got to consolidate. I mean, I like F.O.R. Like F.O.R sounds really good, but anyway, I digress.
Yeah. And we also, the Shogun Riders kind of ties into one of our groups of lore where they are very purist and traditional riders, and perfection is something that you chase but never achieve. So they like the classic style of riding, not getting new, getting fancy. I wanted to say getting futuristic, but they're neon samurais, so I don't even know how that stays with the traditional riders.
Yeah, it is interesting. And yeah, the cutting edge season, like you said, it's very glitchy, very techno, very cyberpunk. And F.O.R makes sense to have that in there. They are very glitchy. They look like Anonymous. It's very high tech. And then you have the Shogun Riders, which are the absolute opposite, where yes, their skins are super bright, colorful, shiny, glowing, but they are very traditional. So I can only see this going one way, and that's something that we have discussed at length before. There are going to be purist riders who want to keep the sports and the disciplines within themselves, and then there's the arcade sect who wants to do the hoverboards and the funkies and the jumbo bikes and all of the fun stuff on the map, where they are having, you could argue, more fun, engaging, and pushing the sports forward, where the Shoguns are trying to perfect what is already in front of us. So this could be just a fun nod on the community of we know that there's two different kinds of groups out there. Which one are you? But it kind of fell short. These announcements are just ho, hey, they're here. What are you going to do about it? And everyone's commenting like, I don't know, Riders. What are we going to do about it? What does this mean? There was nothing that followed up other than just wear the outfits in the store. I mean, are these factions? Are you going to have different challenges if you pick one side or the other? Is this a Westworld light hat, dark hat thing? What's going on? What's the benefit of joining one of these factions?
Yeah, so I think two main things we can talk about is what could they do with this? Like, what is the benefit of having them in the game? And then, why this may not be the right thing or why the community is so upset. But going with what they could do, I would love to see these 3, 4, 5 groups established in the game with kind of characters walking around, a couple different maybe hubs, not as big as the Ridge, but maybe just a building or a little section on the map. And you can actually join one of them. So you kind of pick which one you align best with, whether it's F.O.R, Shogun, Shack Daddy, Brando Graham's Evil Corporation. And then
TM.
Each week or month, there's a couple challenges that you compete in, and they see which faction does the best overall. Whether it's an average or top score, whatever. Where like this week we are doing the X Games half pipe, and let's see which group does best.
Okay, I like that. And I'm going to take it one step further, and I'm going to say the group that wins that part of the map or that section, whatever that park, becomes their park, right? Like there are 2 different skins that the park can be decorated in for the next month, and you have to claim your spot. That park becomes your spot. That is your Ridge. Essentially for the Shoguns or for and then that just continues. So you have these little clan battles all throughout. I kind of like that idea.
That is a really cool idea, to be honest, because you could have the sections of the map that are highlighted like based on that color. It's like a territory game, and maybe just the starting location of the race would have 2 NPCs standing there with a sign that's like, this is owned by the F.O.R Group, and that's it. But it at least gives you like, I don't know, something to compete for, something to bring these into your actual gameplay.
Right. Now, so this just sounds like Trick's battle is being blown up on a larger scale in a longer term thing, right? The Ravens versus the Bears. But what happens to them? Like, are they just, relinquished to, they can't leave Trick's battle? Are they a part of this as well? Are the Shack Daddy Bandits brought into this? I don't know. There are more moving parts than just these 2 factions. I do like that idea, and I helped establish that idea. But now I'm thinking there are 3 other groups, if we want to call them, in the same kind of family here. I don't know what you do with them either. Is it just a free-for-all? Is it you pick one of those 5 now, where it's not just Bears and Ravens, it is Shoguns against 4 Bears, Ravens, and Shack Daddy Bandits?
Yeah, I could see it's something where you can switch every month or every week when, so you have to lock it in for that competition time to actually claim that challenge. You could switch if you want, because no one's going to want the same one over and over, but you could at least choose, stick with them for a little bit, see how it works out. Maybe if yours wins, like F.O.R wins the week, you get some in-game money or, a little outfit or a medal or something, but just something to compete for them.
Yeah. I'm hearing this. This all sounds really great, and I'm really excited to play this. But wait a minute, hang on. They didn't announce this. We came up with this in our main topic. Yeah. Again, they're just outfits right now. We don't know what they are for. I really like one of those directions. I think that makes sense. And I mean, you brought up a really good point before we even started today's episode about how most games typically bundle outfits or skins or new designs, whatever vehicles, with something else. It's not just a merch drop. And if that is what this is, that's fine. But you post 4 pictures explaining the honor, the purity of the sport, the tradition. This reads like more than just an outfit. So we're all incredibly confused. This is past April 1st. This isn't a joke. This is happening in the game. But where's the more?
Yeah, we see a lot of the comments saying, like, why aren't they focusing on things the community actually wants? And with a game like Riders Republic in sports, you would want more races, more events, even just throwing more ramps on the map or a couple different like sports to ride. Good example is Gran Turismo. Each month You get 5 new cars in the monthly update that you have to buy, but 5 brand new cars and 3 to 4 track alternate layouts or new tracks, new races. It's not just new paint jobs or new small tweaks. And then people were comparing this to Fortnite too in the comments, saying, you know, they're releasing a new skin pack. But in Fortnite, when they do skin packs or partner with ones like the Star Wars skins, they also add lightsabers to the game. They add Darth Vader walking around the map. They add specific challenges to like get kills with a Star Wars blaster. So yes, they bring the cosmetics, but they also add a ton of things into the game for that small amount of time.
And what's the benefit of those small items that are in the game? There's no paywall. You don't have to pay to access the lightsabers. You don't need the skin or anything. You know, I can't be Darth Vader in Fortnite. But if you go to this one spot and you're the first one there, anyone in the game can play with a lightsaber for that round. So you're still including the players without the paywall. This could be as easy as reskinning some races. Oh, they've taken over a couple of the Shack Daddy races. Oh, they've taken over some of the parks in this, you know, something simple like that. It doesn't have to be a lot, but just dropping this as go buy this thing seems a little hollow. The other part, like they could add a backstory as well. Sorry, go ahead. You had a thought.
Just like the reskinning, a lot of the events, they have the wooden ramps with the orange painted stripe at the end. If F.O.R owns it, then maybe it's like a black LED screen that's the ramp that has like, you know, red neon around the frame. Right. Just those small like cosmetic tweaks, but it would change up some stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the rides. Like I like the factions. Sorry. I like F.O.R. I like how they look. I like the mystique. I like the Shogun Riders. Honestly, I think I am a Shogun Rider, not an F.O.R. But I don't know what that means right now.
What are you going to do with that in the game?
Exactly. I mean, look, even if you don't want to reskin, even if you don't want to have this, you know, map-wide tricks battle competition, you could at least add the lore. You could at least add a backstory. Why are they here? What is their purpose? Where is a relic or something on the map? Like, let us tie this to something instead of just floating. That was the other comment that I saw. This needs more backstory. This is just a random addition. There's nothing to buy into. The Ravens and Kodiaks had a whole new mode related to them when they released. Then there's Shack Daddy Bandits. If you expanded their story in the game, releasing related packs, it would make sense and everyone would want to buy the next pack. You'd want to collect all of these factions. And I'm sorry, I've been calling them the Bears. They are the Kodiaks. But yeah, that's kind of where I stand. And it seems like that's where the community is standing too. This one, I feel like it fell kind of short.
But we'll pick up the mood a little bit and kick it off with Monkey D. Tony trying a double wall ride in BMX. So this is yet another volume of his video where he walks through trying to set up and do this massive trick.
We need more riders like Tony that sit down and take the time and walk you through these tricks, showing you exactly how to pull off what they are doing. He is sharing the wealth, and that's what this community is all about. So yeah, go check that one out. It's 25 minutes, and he will take you to school, guaranteed.
Yeah, and he tries a couple different tricks that were thrown out by other riders too. So it's cool to see that he's trying to recreate some stuff, and you can see how long it takes for him to do it. And we'll wrap up this episode with another video from By Blast. These are clips part 9 from Riders Republic, and it's featuring both our voices and Steep Steep's voices underneath in the intro with those low rumbles. So it's a really cool use.
Yeah, click the link below, see if you can pick us out. We are underneath Lightning McQueen. So I never thought I would star next to Owen Wilson, but hey, Mitch, here we are. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 74. Oh, wait, hang on. I should say, if you have videos that you would like us to share about Riders Republic or any other adventure sports games out there in the world, please join us over on the Nick and Mitch Discord server, where you can find the self-promo channel and drop your links there. Okay. Thanks for joining us for episode 74 out of our first 100 guaranteed episodes of the Riders Report. A special thanks goes out to our YouTube members, executive producers, Bone Crusher 2D, Coach 34, Mama Bell, and co-producer Captain Snowbeard, along with Fans and Fans Plus.
And if you want to be
We have a new fan. Sorry, I forgot.
That was last week. We did that one last week, but we'll shout him out again. Our new fan, Liam Alexander Gudgeon. If you want to become a member and support the channel, just like all of them are, you can hit join down below and get all of the cool perks like their emojis and badges that show off how long they've been a member, sneak peeks, early access to this video, and much more. And if not, you can just subscribe absolutely free. Really helps us out. We're like 95 away from 2,000, which would be our biggest ever. And we have some cool videos planned for that. So get us there ASAP. And you'll also catch all of our videos if you're subscribed.
Yes, you can pay. You can help us out, help us make these videos every week, along with the Tartiflet game series, which will be coming back shortly. Waiting on some more news on replay mode before we really get the gears rolling here in the fall. But you can just subscribe and stay up to date with all of that, like Mitch said. He covered all of this, so I am wasting your time. We'll see yous back here, same place, same time next week. Thanks for joining us again. I'm Nick.
And I'm Mitch.
And we'll see yous on the slopes.